All right, what's up guys? So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to cook my personal favorite meal. I've got it down to a science, so I'm gonna show you all the hacks, okay? So it starts with potatoes, right? You can either get russet or sweet. Guys, don't be intimidated to grab these at your grocery store. You literally just grab some, put them in a bag like this, and you're good to go. So russet or sweet potatoes, I like to mix it up. Tonight I get 600 grams of russet potatoes, so we're gonna start with that. So I've got my food scale. I usually keep it in this drawer, right? So I just open up the drawer, have the bowl on the food scale, right? Zero it out, and I'm gonna weigh out 600 grams. So that one's 397, 732, right? So in this case, what I'll do is I'll just like cut some of it up, put it in there until it reaches 600, and then whatever's left over, I'll just throw it in a Ziploc bag for the next day or the next time I have potatoes. All right guys, so we've got 600 grams of potatoes weighed out. If you want to talk about like cost-effective foods, right, you can't really beat potatoes. They're like 89 cents for a pound. They're also like the #1 most satiating food you can eat. So like for the volume, and they're like all carbs, right? So if you're like, you know, low on fats or anything like that, potatoes are a great option to get full and get your carbs in. So after I've got them weighed out, I just cut them up, right? You can cut them up however you like. We're gonna be throwing them in the air fryer. You can either make them into like fries, wedges, anything like that. I just cut them up into like bite-sized squares. That's my favorite way to do it. And guys, I always have the meal planned out right before I start cooking it. So what I'll do a lot of times is just go ahead and open up the meal in MyFitnessPal and kind of have it like sitting on the counter just to like reference it if I need to and make sure I get it right. All right guys, so we've got them all cut up into chunks. That's what they look like. So I'm just gonna throw them in the air fryer. All right, got them in the air fryer. Next, I'm gonna spray them with some olive oil spray, right? So 0 calorie. All right, just kind of spray them once over. And then I like to throw a seasoning on them, right? Because they're just like plain potatoes, so can't be getting bored. Tonight, I'm gonna go with this Chipotle roasted garlic seasoning. So, but like all the Miss Dash seasonings and stuff like that are really, really good on these. Right, so I just throw one shake on there, and then I'll kind of like shake them around in the air fryer so that the oil and the seasonings kind of get all over them. Okay, then I'll spray them again the second time and put on a little bit more seasoning. Okay, so now they're ready to throw in the air fryer. So 600 grams is a lot to cook at one time. It's kind of like a feel thing you get with experience after you've cooked them a few times. But to start, I'm gonna put them in there on 400 for 12 minutes. And then after that 12-minute timer goes off, I'm gonna take them out, shake them around, and put them back in on 400 for 12 minutes again. So if this was like 300 grams or something like that, I may go like 10 and 7 or something like that. But you just get a feel for it the more that you do it. And just remember, you can always like put them back in for more time, but if you burn them, you can't uncook them. So start on the low side. So after I get those started, I'll usually go do something else. It's Sunday, so tonight I'm about to fold some laundry. So I'll catch you guys as soon as that timer goes off. All right, so you hear the timer going off. That first 12 minutes is up. It's time to pull them out, give them a toss. That way they get evenly crisp, right? Give them a toss, back in for another 12 on 400. And obviously if you looked at them after 12 and they do not look like they need 12 more minutes, put them in for less. So I'll be right back as soon as that timer goes off. All right guys, so the second timer went off, so it's time to take the fries out. So they look good, right? Nice and cooked. We'll go ahead and put those in whatever container you're gonna eat them out of, because they're like really, really hot and they kind of hold their heat So we'll let those kind of cool off as we prepare the rest of the meal so it's ready to eat all at the same time, right? So the fries are done, ready to go. That's kind of what they look like. I don't know if you can tell, but they look really good, nice and crispy. So those are done. So now the next thing I'll do is grab the tomato and cut it up. So tonight I'm having 2 cut up tomatoes, and kind of like with the fries, I just kind of cut them up into bite-sized chunks. All right, so we've got the tomatoes cut up. So now it's time for the main part of the meal, the steak, right? So I pre-cooked this in bulk, right? Steak is a lot better than like dried out chicken breast when it is reheated. So I cook like 2 or 3 pounds of top sirloin in advance on the iron skillet, and then I'll just weigh it out and throw it in the microwave. So tonight I get 5.5 ounces, so I weigh that out on the food scale. All right, so I've got 5.5 ounces of top sirloin in here. It's super important to cover it up, right? So none of the moisture gets out. So I'll cover it up and throw it in the microwave for 45 seconds. And usually while that's in the microwave, I'll go ahead and get my sauces sorted out for my fries. Tonight I'm gonna be having ketchup, some Bolthouse Farms ranch, and some barbecue sauce. So obviously I'm not putting those on the same plate as the rest of my food because I can't have it all mixed in together. But just like everything else, guys, the calories from sauces count, so make sure you've got those tracked. All right, guys, so the steak is done. We've got everything prepped and ready to go. Usually the last thing I'll do is go ahead and throw some salt on top of all this, and then it'll be ready to eat. All right, guys, so here's the finished product. We've got the steak, tomatoes, the potatoes, and the sauces. All right, that's it, guys. So I hope this video was helpful. This meal is super clutch because if you need more carbs, you just add more potatoes. Less carbs, take some potatoes away. More protein and fats, you just add more steak, so you can hit your numbers exactly. So this is my favorite dinner. Try it out. Let me know what you think and enjoy. Peace.